Bestes Baseball-Wetter hier Samstagmittag im Ballpark der Heidenheim-Heideköpfe. Um uns nochmal ein bisschen warm zu machen, es sind ja jetzt noch ein paar neue Leute dazugekommen, würde ich sagen, wir machen noch einmal den Lautstärkenvergleich. Wo sind die Fans der Heidenheim-Heideköpfe? Und wo sind die Fans der Bonn Capitals? Auch diese Angelegenheit ist bisher fast ausgeglichen, so wie auch der Spielverlauf in den Playoffs. Aber ich denke, wenn das Spiel mal losgeht, werden wir da noch einiges mehr von euch hören, nicht wahr, Fans? So, die nachfolgenden Sendungen verschieben sich um circa 5 bis 10 Minuten. Das Spielfeld wird hier nochmal hübsch gemacht. Wir machen uns auch nochmal hübsch und dann geht es in wenigen Minuten los. Unseren Adleraugen hier entgeht natürlich nichts. Ganz herzlich begrüßen wir einen sehr wichtigen Pfeiler unserer letztjährigen Mannschaft im Stadion. Herzlich willkommen, James Tang.
As the final preparations are being made for today's ball game. And we are getting ready now for the team introductions. I think they're going to be announced and called out onto the field. Well, I'm guessing that there are about 1,000 people here, and it is as quiet as a tennis match before first serve. Everyone is quietly, patiently waiting. Music has stopped. BJ Roper-Hubbard is out on the left. And here we go.
Mit der Aufstellung der Bonn Capitals. Einen großen Applaus hier für unsere Gastmannschaft. Als Shotstop läuft für die Bonner auf mit der Nummer 30, Erik Brenk. Am zweiten Base haben wir die Nummer 42, Adrian Strommel. Im Left Field die Nummer 20, Spielertrainer Bradley Roper-Hubbard. An der dritten Base haben wir die Nummer 15, Daniel Lamp Hunt. Im Right Field die Nummer 7, Max Schmidt. Als Pitcher, wie auch im ersten Spiel dieser Serie, die Nummer 22, Maurice Wilhelm. An der ersten Base haben wir die Nummer 31, Lennart Weller. Als Catcher mit der Nummer 5, Vincent Ahrens. Sowie im Centerfield die Nummer 8, Jan Jakob. Auf der Bank nehmen Platz die Nummer 48, Chris Göbel. Die Nummer 77, Riccardo Migliore. Die Nummer 43, Jannis Theissen. Die Nummer 37, Danny Jankos. Die Nummer 9, Sascha Koch. Die Nummer 17, Brian Lanoff. Die Nummer 10, Jan Marshall. Und die Nummer 21, Wilson Lee. Und jetzt darf es hier ganz, ganz laut werden im Stadion. Wir kommen zur Aufstellung unserer Heidenheim-Heideköpfe. Und die startet, unsere Betting-Lineup startet mit der Nummer 27, Third Baseman, Jay Petty. Die Nummer 32 im Left Field, Sascha Lutz. Die Nummer 42 im Centerfield, Jamie McOwen. Als Catcher mit der Nummer 14, Simon Grubing. Im Right Field unsere Nummer 16, Aaron Dunsmore. Als Designated Hitter heute unsere Nummer 7, Sean Larry. Mit der Nummer 5 an der zweiten Base, Thomas Di Benedetto. An der ersten Base mit der Nummer 30, Johannes Krumm. Und unser Shortstop mit der Nummer 9, Philipp Schulz. Sowie als Pitcher, herzlich willkommen zurück, unsere Nummer 33, Pete Sequeiros. Auf der Bank nehmen vorerst Platz die Nummer 13, Samuel Zotapalo. Die Nummer 41, Tristan Holler. Die Nummer 28, Patrick Seifried. Die Nummer 34, Luke Antoniuk. Mit der Nummer 8, Eftimios Flüge. Mit der Nummer 29, Robert Gruber. Und mit der Nummer 44, Marius Buck. Sowie unser Manager mit der Nummer 10, Klaus Eckle. Unsere Assistant Coaches sind mit der Nummer 66, Senat Zekic, und nicht zu vergessen natürlich auch unser Abi-Lieblingspitcher Tyler Lockwood. Und jetzt alle, die noch nicht sehen, liebe Fans, bitte erhebt euch für die deutsche Nationalhymne. Vielen Dank, liebe Fans hier im Stadion. Los geht es gleich mit der dritten Partie. Heidenheim gegen die Bonn Capitals.
Well, folks, are you ready? I think the Bonn Capitals are ready. I think the Heidenheim Heidecup are ready. I think the trumpets are ready. The kazoos are ready. The wind-up toys are ready. The kids holding the flag are ready. The fans sitting on the hill are ready. And I'm ready. The umpires are almost set for the beginning of today's game. And let me give you the lineup for the Bonn Capitals. Batting leadoff, the shortstop Eric Brink. The number 2 hitter, the second baseman Adrian Stommel. The number 3 hitter and left fielder and coach Bradley Roper Hubbard. The cleanup hitter, the third baseman Daniel Lamb Hunt. Batting 5th, playing right field is Max Schmitz. Batting 6th, the pitcher who threw a 4-hit shutout in Game 1, Maurice Wilhelm. Batting 7th, the first baseman Leonard Veller. Batting 8th, the catcher Vincent Arons. And batting 9th, the center fielder Jan Jakob. As you see the Heidecup taking the field. Defensively for the Heidenheim Heidecup, Simon Göring is behind the plate. Jay Pecci is playing third. Philip Schultz is at short. Thomas Di Benedetto is at second. Johannes Krum is playing first base. In the outfield, Sasha Lutz in left, James McGowan in center, and Aaron Dunsmore in right. And on the mound, native of Illinois but with a Greek passport, Peter Sikaris. Born May 5th, 1979 in Chicago. He's spent 10 seasons in the minor leagues. Made it to AAA. He also pitched in the Olympics for Greece. And he was also a member of the 2003 European Championship Greek team. They won a silver medal that year. He has pitched all over, and this will be, I believe, his third start with Heidenheim. He did not pitch in the second game or the first game, but during the year he did pitch 11 innings. Gave up 7 runs, 6 of which were earned, 10 hits, 3 walks. However, he had 17 strikeouts. So he's going to have his work cut out for him against this Bonn Capitals lineup, which is from 1 to 9, a very strong one. So you see there, Peter Sikaris wearing number 33. He's working with Simon Göring. Home plate umpire is Alexander Wagner. And out on the left side of the field, Patrick Meister. And on the right side of the field, Alexander Hartel. It's a 3-man umpire crew in the semifinale. In the finale, it will be a 4-man crew. During the regular year, usually it's a 2-man crew. So it's going to be Brink, Stommel, and Bradley Roper Hubbard to start things off. Eric Brink, of course, who played for Bad Homburg last year and was added to the national team just in front of the European Championships because he's got German heritage. He has a lot of family over here. And so he's got a German passport. And he is actually signed with the Bonn Capitals through 2016. There's, I believe, 3 or 4 players that they have retained all the way through the end of next year. That's pretty rare for a Bundesliga club, but that speaks to the organization and their efforts to maintain a high level. They've attracted some good players, and they've been able to keep those players. And so now Eric Brink is going to step in. In the postseason, Brink is hitting only 143. He's got 3 hits and 21 at-bats. So here we go. Game 3 is about to begin. Simon Göring gets down into the crouch, and here come the Heidecup fans before the first pitch. We got the drum beating, We got the chant, we got the trumpet, and now we got the first pitch of the game coming to Eric Brink. Fastball is a strike, 0-1. We're underway. As always, the atmosphere in Heidenheim is electrifying. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Fouled back, 2 strikes. Sakaris way out in front on the first 2 fastballs. Brink with a short, quick stroke. That pitch was away. And it looked like he was maybe just trying to hit it that way. The second baseman, Di Benedetto, is shading Brink to hit the ball to the right side. There's a big hole up the middle. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch from Sakaris. Line drive down the right field line, foul. Brink with a defensive swing. That ball hits off the hill and bangs up against the fence. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Sakaris was not here last weekend. He's here now. And this one is outside. He came down sidearm on that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's look at that on the replay. They dropped down, and really yanked that one off to the right. Next one. Just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brink has walked 6 times, even though he does not have a lot of hits so far in the postseason. There's a swing and a pop-up foul over my head. Still strike 2 and ball 2 on Eric Brink, leading off game 3. Bonn won game 1 by a score of 5-0. As I mentioned at the beginning, that was the first time all year Heidenheim was shut out. And that was thanks to the man on the mound they have today, Maurice Wilhelm. Breaking ball, and he just missed inside. Full count. Good at bat by Brink. Let's look at that replay. Now that looked like it was actually a fastball, and it just tailed off the inner part of the plate and just missed. Here's the payoff. Line drive past the leap of Philip Schultz, and that's a little floating line drive in left field. A base hit for Eric Brink. A good at bat, as he took a couple of close pitches and eventually got one that he could get the barrel of the bat around. It was in on his hands. He did not hit it well, and Philip Schultz didn't get a great jump, and he dove all the way to his right, but that ball was about 3 feet past the edge of his glove. So Brink is at first with nobody out, and here's Adrian Stommel. Stommel hitting .200. That's 5 for 25. One of his hits is a double. Stommel, the second baseman. So let's see what Eric Brink is going to do on first. Sakaris from the stretch, no movement from Brink. The first pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The Capitals, for their efforts on the base paths, are 9 out of 15. That's actually not a very good ratio. If I remember correctly, Simon Göring threw out 4 base runners in the first game. So he's going to have the pressure on him again. Brink not going, the 1-ball pitch. Ball 2, high and outside. Sakaris falling behind Adrian Stommel. Peter Sakaris, otherwise known as Panagiotis. Sakaris spelled S-Y-K-A-R-A-S. He comes set. 2 balls, no strikes to Stommel. Brink off first. And that one dropped in nicely. That looked like an off-speed pitch. Maybe that was a breaking ball, or a changeup, or something that he just took a little bit off, but it was in for a strike at the knees on the outside corner. 2-1 on Stommel with Brink on first. BJ Roper-Hubbard is on deck. Nobody out, top of the first, just getting started. 2-1. Strike 2 on the outside corner, another perfectly located pitch. Look at that one on the replay. From the angle at which I am actually sitting live, it's harder for me to see. That looked like it might have been a changeup. Definitely an off-speed pitch, but it tailed back in towards the hitter. 2-2. Fly ball foul off to the right. That is exactly where I had my car parked before, but I moved it, thank goodness. So the count's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Although I think somebody else parked there. Hopefully they have insurance for that sort of thing. 2 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out. Brink on first. And the pitch. Swing and a tapper, weakly hit, right side, going to be a tough play. Sakaris backhands the catch from the flip, and he was able to win the race to first base. That was kind of an awkward play. Looked like there was some miscommunication as to whether Krum was going to try to get the ball. Sakaris was a little bit slow getting over there. But the put-out is made 3-1. There's 1 down. Brink moves to second base. It was kind of a strange flip by Krum, and Sakaris had to backhand it as he was running towards the bag behind his body. And then he had to find the bag, but he did so. Professional play right there, made by Peter Sakaris and Johannes Krum. There's 1 out, and now BJ Roper-Hubbard. He is hitting .385, 5 for 13. Born in Bermuda, raised in Georgia. Runner on second base, nobody out. Strike called on the first pitch. I wonder if it's a regional thing, but the Bonn fans sound very similar to the Solingen fans. Of course, Solingen and Bonn, about an hour away from each other. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a big swing at that, nothing in two. Let's look at that pitch. Was that a changeup? I told you I'm sitting a little bit off to the first base side, so I can see better on the replay. That was definitely a changeup, I think. B.J. Roper-Hubbard was out in front, and the count is 0-2 with one out. Eric Brink on second base. He singled and advanced on a small ground ball. And now Sakara steps off. He wants to get another sign from Simon Göring. There's a big hole on the left side as Philip Schultz is sort of playing behind Brink. Now he backs up. Here's the 0-2. And that one hit the bat. It hit the knob of the bat. It's a foul ball. I think Roper-Hubbard was maybe trying to stick his hand out there, get hit. The pitch was running up and in, and it just hit the knob of the bat. And Alexander Wagner right away with the call. So it's a foul ball. The count's still no balls and 2 strikes. That's one of those ones where if Roper-Hubbard turns away in pain, then it's more obvious that it hit him in the hand. But it's hard to fake a reaction like that. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball and a good take. It was low and away. Roper-Hubbard started to swing at it, and he recognized it was going to be out of the strike zone, and he let it go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that looked like a breaking ball from Sakaris. There's the stretch. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. A weak swing by Bradley Roper-Hubbard, and there are 2 down. Eric Frank still at second base. Let's look at that on the replay. I think that might have been a changeup. Roper-Hubbard had a very awkward swing, and now it's going to be up to Daniel Lamb-Hunt to try and bring home Eric Brink with 2 outs. Brink led off the inning with a single. He's still out at second base now with 2 outs. And Daniel Lamb-Hunt, who is hitting .259, 7 hits and 27 at-bats. That's just the postseason. I'll give you all the regular season stats as the game goes along. Here's the pitch to him. Breaking ball, and that one caught the corner, strike 1. Sakaris, who is a veteran pitcher, has been in a lot of big situations. He knows how to do this, and he is obviously good at changing speeds. He threw a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. There's the 0-1. That's a fastball, fouled back to the screen. Changing eye level on Daniel Lamb-Hunt, and the count now quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. That ball hit the very top of the screen and carried him back along the third baseline. And Sakaris goes, picks it up. Daniel Lamb-Hunt only played in 8 games during the regular year. He was injured, however, he did bat .375. He's got an 0-2 count here. Long look into the sign from Göring by Sakaris. Now he comes set, Brink off second base. And here's the 0-2. Breaking ball low and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is a breezy, cool, sunny September afternoon in Heidenheim. 1-2 on Daniel Lamb-Hunt, the pitch. And he just missed a fastball inside. I think that was a fastball. Kind of hard to tell from my angle. I believe it was a fastball tailing in under the hands of Daniel Lamb-Hunt. And the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second base. The stretch from Sakaris and the pitch. And it missed, ball 3, 3-2. Sakaris has thrown a lot of pitches. He was 3-2 on Brink, 2-2 on Stummel. He retired Roper-Hubbard on a 1-2 pitch, but now he's 3-2 again on Daniel Lamb-Hunt. And he comes set. Here's the payoff. Tapped foul. That was a breaking ball. And Lamb-Hunt was out in front, just barely tapped it off the end of his bat. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. We are in the top of the first of game 3. No score in the game. Series tied 1-1. Eric Brink on second base, trying to break the ice right away for the Bonn Capitals. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Daniel Lamb Hunt. Here's the pitch from Sakaris. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will end the inning as Sakaris pitches around a leadoff single by Eric Brink. He retires Adrian Stummel, Bradley Roper-Hubbard, and Daniel Lamb Hunt in succession afterwards. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, no errors. At the end of a half inning of play, no score. So, as we go to the bottom of the first inning, Heidenheim and Bonn scoreless. For the Heidenheim Heidecup, they're going to send Jay Pecci, Sasha Lutz, James McCohen as 1, 2, 3. Simon Goering, Aaron Dunsmuir, Sean Larry, the designated hitter, 4, 5, 6. Thomas Di Benedetto, Johannes Krum, and Philip Schultz, 7, 8, 9. And they're going to send him up against Maurice Wilhelm. Maurice Wilhelm, in the first game of this series, pitched a 4-hit shutout. And he's going to try and replicate that here. In that game, Wilhelm, well, let's see, in the postseason, Wilhelm has thrown 22 2/3 innings, only 13 hits and 4 earned runs. Just 2 walks and 16 strikeouts. That's an ERA of 1.59 for the right-hander. And here's Jay Pecci stepping in. Switch hitter batting left against Wilhelm. First pitch outside, ball 1, and we are underway in the bottom of the first. Pecci in the postseason is hitting .429. He's got 9 hits, including a double in 21 at-bats, plus 5 walks. And this pitch is a strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively behind Wilhelm, it's Daniel Lamb Hunt at third. Eric Brink at short, Adrian Stummel at second, Leonard Veller at first. Here's the 1-1. Line drive off the glove of Wilhelm. It caroms to the second baseman, Stummel. He picks it up and throws to first low, and Veller scooped it out. Nice play, 1-4-3 on the putout, 1 down. Oh, it was hit pretty hard, and it was deflected by Wilhelm. Take a look at the replay. It was a 1-1 pitch. In on the hands. Actually, Jay Pecci was jammed a little bit. Adrian Stummel charging, was able to pick up the deflection and fire to Leonard Veller, who dug out a low throw. Here is Sasha Lutz. The rest of the defense for the Bonn Capitals: in left field, Bradley Roper-Hubbard; in center field, Jan Jakob; and in right field, Max Schmitz. Behind the plate catching, Vincent Ahrens. So Pecci is out. There's 1 down. Here comes Sasha Lutz. Lutz hitting .250, 6 for 24. Wilhelm winds, deals, and that's a ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bonn got a base hit in the first inning, but they stranded Eric Brink at second base. Now we got a tambourine added to the mix. There's a pop fly down the left field line. B.J. Roper-Hubbard giving it a look, shading his eyes from the sun, and he makes the catch in fair territory down the left field line, and there are 2 outs. 5 pitches, and Wilhelm has retired the first 2 Heidecup. So with 2 outs, and here comes James McCohen. McCohen hitting only .190 in the postseason, 4 for 21, but it's a small sample size. He's walked 4 times. He's only struck out once. The Heidecup, by and large, are a team that does not strike out very much. There are only 4 guys in their lineup that have struck out more than 1 time. And that's not even in the lineup, that's just on the roster. There's the first pitch from to McOwen. Strike is called, nothing in 1. A little bit more about Maurice Wilhelm. Born in Berlin, but he grew up in San Diego. Attended Point Loma Nazarene University. And the right-hander deals. There's a strike, 1 ball, excuse me. I guess the first pitch was called a strike. Counts no balls and 2 strikes on McOwen. Wilhelm working from the extreme first base side of the rubber. And he deals 0-2. Line drive. That is going to drop for a base hit. Over the shortstop, Eric Brank, and Jamie McOwen rounds first. He will hold on there. An 0-2 single, and now both teams have 1 hit in the ball game. So McOwen is at first, and Simon Göring will come up. Let's take a look at the replay on that last pitch. It was a pitch down and away. You can see McOwen just sort of serving it. He was looking for something away and lined it over the shortstop Brank's head for an easy single in the left field. So here's Simon Göring. Göring in the postseason is at .250, 6 for 24. Of course, a fan favorite here in Heidenheim. So Jamie McOwen, the runner on first base. He's extending his lead. No look by Wilhelm. First pitch, ground ball to the hole. Base hit past the dive of Daniel Lamhunt. Stopping at second base is Jamie McOwen. And now the Haida Cup have 2 runners on with 2 outs on 2 successive singles, 1 by McOwen, 1 by Göring. So a first pitch looked like a fastball in on the hands of Göring. And he was jammed on the pitch, but he just rolled it through the left side past the dive of Daniel Lamhunt into left field. So now Aaron Dunsmore, the hitter. Dunsmore, the right fielder, is a left-handed hitter. 5 for 16, that's .312. All 5 of his hits are singles. He has walked twice. He's got McOwen at second base and Simon Göring at first. Göring is not being held on by Leonard Veller. Wilhelm from the stretch deals. Dunsmore, swing and a miss, strike 1. Aaron, who is a native of Canada, during the regular year batted .439 with 2 home runs, 54 hits and 123 at-bats. This was a potent offensive attack for the Heidenheim Haida Cup, 1 through 9. Here's the 1-strike pitch in the dirt. Good block by Vincent Ahrens. Ball 1. That looked like a breaking ball from Maurice Wilhelm. Let's look at that last pitch. Yeah, it was something off speed. Might have been a changeup. It was tailing away from Dunsmore. Wilhelm sort of has a 3/4 delivery, and he works from the extreme first base side of the rubber. So that means anything that he starts on the inner half might tail back over the middle of the plate. He comes set, 1-1. Runners leading first and second. The pitch up high, 2 balls and a strike. So here already in the first inning, the Haida Cup have managed to achieve half of what they could against Wilhelm in the first game. They only had 4 hits off him in the first game. They've got 2 here in the first inning. Of course, we're just getting started. Remember that play by Wilhelm to deflect the liner off the glove of Pecci. And a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dunsmore was taking that one. Let's see what that pitch was. That was a fastball. So the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Deuce is wild, as they say. Wilhelm digging at the dirt on the mound, getting the sign from Ahrens. He shakes a few off. And now he's got one he likes and comes set. Runners leading first and second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with an off-speed pitch. A good pitch by Maurice Wilhelm. And the Haida Cup have stranded 2 base runners. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, no errors. At the end of 1 complete, scoreless.
Weiter geht's am Start für die Bonner, die Nummer 7, Max Schmidt.
Welcome back to the top of the second inning. No score in the game. Max Schmitz, Maurice Wilhelm, and Leonard Weller. 5, 6, and 7. First pitch. Strike called from Pete Sakaris, and we are underway. Sakaris gave up a single in the first inning, but then he also got 2 strikeouts. Next pitch on the way to Schmitz. That was a fastball, a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Maurice Wilhelm, for his part, gave up 2 hits, but stranded both base runners in the bottom of the first inning. There's the wind and the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Little soft line drive up the middle into center field. Base hit for Max Schmitz as he was jammed on a pitch. Looked like a fastball that was running in on his hands and just sort of flicked the bat through it up the middle over Sakaris' head and into center field for an easy single. That's the second base hit for the Bonn Capitals. And that'll bring up Maurice Wilhelm. Schmitz in the playoffs had been hitting 167. Wilhelm is hitting 240. That's 6 for 25. So he's got Schmitz on first base. Schmitz has not attempted a steal so far in the playoffs. He's got a short lead. The first pitch. Wilhelm takes ball 1 outside. Maurice, who was playing in the All-Star game, hit a home run in the All-Star game. That was in Mannheim this year, playing for the national team. So Pete Sakaris comes set. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on, popped up, shallow right field. Waiting for it is Aaron Dunsmore, and he makes the catch for the first out. Returning to first base is Max Schmitz, and that will bring up Leonard Weller. Weller, in the 5 playoff games that he has played in, is 1 for 9. That's 111. Weller, the first baseman. After Weller, it will be Vincent Arns, the catcher. Sakaris working quickly, comes to the stretch. There's 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Weller. Strike is called on the outside corner, 0-1. Max Schmitz, the runner on first base. There is 1 out, no score. Top of the second inning. Bonn Capitals and Heidenheim Heidekopf. There's the pitch to Weller. That's a ball just missing outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sakaris got the outside corner on the first pitch. That one was a little bit too far outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. Sakaris comes set. Goering setting up the target on the outside half. Here's the pitch. A fly ball shot off to the right. That's going to get out of play foul, and that'll be a souvenir for some kids. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a children's play area over there that is under some protective netting. There's a trampoline. It is very much a family atmosphere here in Heidenheim. There's always a lot of kids running around. They've all got noisemakers. And this year they've added some protective netting areas for the children to play without worry of being hit with a foul ball. The 1-2, fouled back again. That one's over everything. And into the forest behind us. The count's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned Sakaris has pitched everywhere. He's pitched in South Bend, Yakima, Lancaster, Tucson, El Paso, Gary, Erie, and about 10 other places. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped up a breaking ball off the end of the bat. The second baseman is going out. That's Di Benedetto, and the ball hit off the heel of his glove. However, he's going to just pick it up and run all the way to second base to get the force without having to make the throw. So there will be 2 outs. Schmitz was hung out because he had no choice but to wait for that ball to be caught, and then that's going to go as a fielder's choice, I guess. I'm not sure if that's going to be an error. It's going to be 4 unassisted. There are 2 outs. So Schmitz is erased, and now Weller is on first base. There was a little pop-up off the end of the bat. And Di Benedetto, looking up into the sun, ranging over near the right field line, had the ball hit off the heel of his glove, but Schmitz was standing on first base. And so there was a little non-race going on between Di Benedetto and Schmitz. So here's Vincent Arns. 2 outs, and the first pitch, a strike. Arns is the number 8 hitter. Not sure if that's just going to be a fielder's choice. There's no error given because you can't assume double play, I guess, although it was a pop-up. Here's the 1 strike pitch. It's up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vincent Arns in the playoffs hitting 182. That's 4 for 26. Actually, in the playoffs, that's 7 games. That's versus Mainz and the first 2 versus Heidenheim. The Capitals as a team are only hitting 230. There's the 1-1. And that one is outside. Goering trying to pull that one back over the plate. Didn't get the call. And the count 2 balls and a strike. Take a look at that one again. That's clearly outside. Goering was set up off the outside corner. Runner on first base, Leonard Veller. Sakaris wanted Simon Goering to go through another set of signs. There are 2 outs, 2 balls and 1 strike on Vincent Arns, the number 8 hitter. And now Sakaris comes set. Veller off first base. Here's the pitch to Arns. Fouled away, and the count now even, 2-2. And that ball almost went into the drink stand on a bounce. That baseball trying to cut the line for beer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looked like Arns was a little bit off balance on that swing. He was out in front, hit it off the end of the bat. So Sakaris changing speeds. There's the 2 ball and 2 strike pitch. Fly ball foul off to the right again, and we'll do it again. Inning began with a single to Max Schmitz, then Maurice Wilhelm flied out. Leonard Veller reached on a fielder's choice. And now with 2 outs, here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, 3-2. That means Veller will be off with the pitch. So we'll see if Krum is going to decide to hold him on. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Leonard Veller will be going. He is still being held on by Johannes Krum. Sakaris comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Vincent Arns. And it is inside for ball 4. And that will put Leonard Veller at second base. First walk of the game for either pitcher. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Jan Jakob. Jakob in the 7 games in the postseason, hitting .318. He's got 5 hits in 19 at-bats. 2 of his 5 hits are doubles. So runners on first and second. Veller at second and Arns at first. Jakob takes a strike. That was a good fastball. Sakaris has had to labor a little bit, but it's not exactly a hot afternoon. So I'm sure he is still good to go for a long time. The 1 strike pitch, swung on tap, foul, strike 2. That one on a big bounce right into the Capitals dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. Sakaris is a strike away from getting out of the jam. We're in the top of the second inning, scoreless. Game 3 between Bonn and Heidenheim. Pete Sakaris getting the sign from Simon Goering. Leonard Veller on second base. Vincent Arns on first. Arns walked. Veller reached on a fielder's choice. No balls and 2 strikes. The count to Jan Jakob, right-hand hitter. And the breaking ball hit in the air to left field. Lutz started in. Now he's going back, shading his eyes from the sun, and he makes the catch in left field. It is not an easy sun field out there today, but Sasha Lutz stayed with it and made the catch to end the inning. It was actually a mistake, a hanging breaking ball. However, Sakaris gets out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, no errors. Well, maybe there was an error. Nothing is on the scoreboard. At the end of 1.5, no score. Well, we move back to the bottom of the second inning. And it's going to be Sean Larry, Thomas Di Benedetto, and Johannes Krom against Maurice Wilhelm. Wilhelm allowed 2 hits in the first inning, but he also struck out a man. Did not allow a run. And so Sean Larry will be the hitter. Larry, left-hand hitter. In the postseason, he's got 2 home runs. First pitch to him is a strike call. No balls, 1 strike. Looked like a first pitch breaking ball from Maurice Wilhelm. No balls and 1 strike to count. Next one on the way. Fly ball towards the gap in left center field. Dropping quickly. Roper Hubbard comes on, slides, and he made the catch. Looked like he caught it in the heel of his glove as he went into his slide. A nice play by P.J. Roper Hubbard. And there's 1 down. Looked like he might have misjudged that off the bat from Larry. But he was able to recover and charge in and make a nice sliding catch. 1 down. Here's Thomas Di Benedetto. Di Benedetto in the playoffs hitting .292. That's 7 hits and 24 at-bats. Right-hand hitter. So Wilhelm has thrown a minimal amount of pitches so far to get through the first 4 outs of the game, even though he allowed 2 hits. So here's Di Benedetto. Wilhelm goes from the wind and deals first pitch. And that was a breaking ball strike. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Wilhelm does not walk people. He only walked 2 in 22 2/3 innings coming into this game. That's in the playoffs. I'll give you his numbers from the regular season in a moment. No balls and 1 strike to count to Di Benedetto. Fouled to the screen, 0-2. During the regular season, Maurice Wilhelm, who was not even one of the regular pitchers, really only pitched 27 1/3 innings, he walked 3 people. So he's walked 5 people all year in 50-plus innings. So if you're the Heidekopf, you have to go up there with a game plan, and they have been. They've been swinging early and often. They do have 2 hits off of him. There's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a very good off-speed pitch. Second strikeout for Maurice Wilhelm. Let's look at the replay on that pitch. Breaking ball or a changeup might have been. And Di Benedetto with that long swing letting go of the top hand. Way out in front, and he's gone. Second out. And here's Johannes Krom. Krom hitting .214, but he has a home run in the playoffs. In the regular year, Krom hit 2 home runs. He batted .291. There's Wilhelm's pitch. Fastball is high, ball 1. There's the 1-0 to Krom. There's a hard shot on 1 hop. Knocked down by Daniel Lem Hunt. He kept it in front of him, picks it up, throws to first, and he just barely got him. A good play by Daniel Lem Hunt to knock that hard shot down. It was a 1-hopper, but Lem Hunt was able to keep it in front of him, and then the ball trickled away from him. He charged and picked it up and threw, and he's got a good arm. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maurice Wilhelm, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2 full, we are scoreless.
Also nochmal in Ruhe und ohne Lärm das Scoreboard. Funktioniert momentan nur teilweise. Für das Home-Team können keine Punkte angezeigt werden. Bitte orientiert euch hinten an den Runs, wenn es um die Punkte geht. Und Und weil es ja doch ein bisschen kühler geworden ist, können wir zum Üben mal die erste Welle probieren. Wir fangen hinten am Spielplatz an. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hey!
Welcome back to the top of the third inning. And it's going to be top of the order for the Bonn Capitals. Eric Brink, Adrian Stummel, and Bradley Roper-Hubbard. Brink singled his first time and was stranded there. And the pitch is a ball low inside, ball one. Here comes the next one. There's a fly ball hit to deep left field. Sasha Lutz is back in front of the wall. He has room. He makes the catch. And he almost lost that ball in the sun. He put his hands out for a moment to make it look like, where's the ball? And I mentioned the wind is blowing out. I thought that ball might have had a chance to get out of here. Brink put a pretty good swing on it, but he didn't quite get enough of it to get it over the fence as you look at the replay. So that'll bring up Adrian Stummel. This is the replay of that last pitch. And Lutz was going back. He got turned around. He was on the warning track, and then he found the ball out of the sky and was able to bring it down. First pitch to Stummel is a strike. Strike one. Stummel, his first time, grounded out. He's 0 for 1 first pitch. Next pitch is strike two. That looked like a slider. Perhaps that was a slider. No, that might have been another fastball from Sikaris. Here's the 0-2. Line drive foul off to the right. That was over into the playground area. No balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out. The first inning of this game was somewhat intense with long pauses between pitches. Now the pace has picked up somewhat. Breaking ball is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilhelm had a quick bottom of the second. Sikaris trying to replicate that here in the third. The 1-2 fouled straight back to the screen. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stummel during the regular year batted .194. That was 12 hits in 62 at-bats, although he did have 2 doubles and 3 triples, so he's got some power. He also walked 17 times. So even though he only batted .194, his on-base was .373. That's very good. And this one is a fastball outside, 2-2. Stummel, who had a 2-2 count his first time, has a 2-2 count now. And that's where on-base percentage becomes important, because it's a skill to be able to recognize bad pitches. There's a ground ball squibbed to the right side. DiBenedetto gloves it and throws to first. 2 down. Stummel was jammed on that pitch. Let's take a look at the replay on this one. Fastball tailing in on his hands. He couldn't quite get the barrel of the bat through the zone, and just hits a little roller to the right side. Thomas DiBenedetto easily makes the play. And with 2 outs, nobody on, here's the number 3 hitter, B.J. Roper-Hubbard. Roper-Hubbard during the regular year hit .365. First pitch is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. He did not have a home run, however, this year, but he did have 2 triples, 10 doubles among his 31 hits in 85 at-bats. He drew 13 walks, struck out 14 times. Next one on the way. Breaking ball popped up. That's going to be over the screen, and it might land in the bachelorette party. Nope, doesn't. Lands on the hill. There is a bachelorette party going on directly behind the backstop, and they almost got a souvenir. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can see there's a little area that's roped off, and there's some champagne on ice. That's a actually, I feel like I've seen that here before. There was a bachelor party last year at the finals. Here's the next one. And just missed low and inside. Sikaris wanted it, but it was ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's 2 outs. Nobody on base. B.J. Roper-Hubbard, the hitter. The hitter, Daniel Lamb Hunt, is on deck. No score. And a fastball missed. 3 balls and a strike. Sikaris, in contrast to Wilhelm, works from more the center of the rubber, a little bit more over towards the third base side. Count is full. Here it comes. 3-2. Broken bat, little flare, shallow center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. The baseball lands in center field. The bat lands in left field between the shortstop and the third baseman, B.J. Roper-Hubbard. That is the 3rd hit for the Bonn Capitals. Watch where the bat goes. Bat ended up next to Jay Pecci over at third base. The ball dropping in easily for a single. McGowan, who was playing deep to respect the power of Roper Hubbard, had no chance to make that play. So BJ is on first base with 2 down. And here's Daniel Lamb Hunt. Lamb Hunt, during the regular year, only played in 8 games, batted .375, did have a home run. So he's the cleanup hitter. Time was called for a moment. BJ Roper Hubbard, the runner on first base. Let's see if he might try to take off with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike. If Lamb Hunt gets to 2 strikes, you might see BJ Roper Hubbard take off. I'm going to see if he's done any running at all. He has not in the postseason anyway. He's got a very short lead. 1 strike on Daniel Lamb Hunt, who's got an open stance from the right side, and a throw over to first to check on Roper Hubbard, and he's back standing on the bag easily. There are 2 outs in the inning, no score in the game, top of the 3rd inning. Game 3. Here from the hills of Heidenheim. Long look in from Sakaris, the pitch. In the dirt, good scoop by Goering, and he was able to pop out of his crouch just in case Roper Hubbard tried to advance. He did not. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Sakaris wants to be careful with Lamb Hunt. Of course, you got some good hitters up and down this Bonn Capitals lineup. Just like the Heide Cup lineup. Here's the 1-1. That one is up and in. 2 balls and a strike. A fastball. The third baseman, Pecci, is playing in normal position, but the shortstop Schultz is shaded up the middle, so there's a big hole between short and third. Look at that left side of the infield. Outfield is deep, however, the center fielder McGowan is shading Daniel Lamb Hunt towards right center field. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and the count now even, 2-2. That was a pitch down and away. Daniel Lamb Hunt was looking for something to pull, and he pulled off the ball, and the count now even, 2-2. McGowan, the center fielder, now took a step more towards straightaway, but he's still a good 4 steps towards the right of center field. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. There are 2 outs. BJ Roper Hubbard, the runner on first. No score, top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch to Daniel Lamb Hunt. Swung on and tapped weakly foul off to the right over near the Heide Cup dugout. The count still 2-2. It's a big pitch. Sakaris does not want to go full. If Sakaris goes full, that gives BJ Roper Hubbard a running start with a 3-2 count. So the count is 2-2. Sakaris comes set. Here's the pitch to Daniel Lamb Hunt. Fouled away again. And a good battle taking place between Lamb Hunt and Sakaris. Some of the other places where Sakaris has pitched, he's pitched in Edmonton, Calgary, Reading, and then he's also pitched in Italy in Godo, Rimini, Grosseto, and was also re-signed. He spent some time in indie ball after having played in the minors, and he actually made it back to organized baseball with the Phillies in 2009 at age 30, so he was a comeback story. He's a veteran world traveler baseball player, and he swings and misses, but the ball goes to the backstop, and Daniel Lamb Hunt is going to reach. It's going to be a strikeout and either a passed ball and a wild pitch, and that's huge because the inning will continue.
Third strike here, wild pitch.
And it's going to go as a wild pitch. So instead of the 3rd out of the inning, the inning continues, and the Capitals have a scoring opportunity. That could loom very large. Ball actually just went off the glove of Goering, and now Goering having a chat with Sakaris. I wonder if he was crossed up on the pitch. That very easily could have been scored a pass ball, but I'm assuming it's a wild pitch. That's what the stadium announcer has said. So it's a wild pitch. 3rd strikeout for Sakaris, but he's not out of the jam. And here's Max Schmitz, who singled his first time. Schmitz, during the regular year, batted .288, but he led the team. He was second on the team with 4 home runs. So he's got power. BJ Roper Hubbard on second, Daniel Lamb Hunt on first, and the first pitch is grounded foul, strike 1. So the hyphenated names are on the base paths. Roper Hubbard and Lamb Hunt. So I'll do my best to pronounce their names correctly. Max Schmitz also has a hyphenated name, Max Schmitz Stärken, but he's normally just goes by Schmitz. Got some long names on the Bonn Capitals team. One strike from Sikaris to Schmitz. There's the pitch. A ground ball to the shortstop, Schultz. He gloves it, flips it to Di Benedetto, and the inning is over. No damage done on the drop third strike as Schmitz grounds out 6-4. The inning is over, so no runs on one hit. There were 2 left on base, no errors. At the end of 2.5, we are scoreless.
Ja, die Bonn Capitals mussten hier das erste Mal wechseln, vermutlich aufgrund einer Verletzung muss Max Schmitz das Spielfeld verlassen. Gute Besserung, Max, von hier oben. Wir hoffen, es ist nicht allzu schlimm. Ich denke, dem schließen sich auch die Heideköpfe-Fans an. Neues Spiel mit der Nummer 48, Chris Göbel, der ins Left Field geht, und Bradley Rothhaber geht ins Right Field. Und am Schlag bei den Heideköpfen unser Shortstop mit der Nummer 9, Philipp Schultz.
We are back, and Philip Schultz has a ground ball to the right side. It is bobbled by the first baseman Weller. Flips to first, not in time. Schultz is safe. That's going to be an E3, I guess. Ground ball was slowly hit on the first pitch. So Schultz reaches on E3. There are some changes. Max Schmitz has left the game, I'm assuming due to injury. Chris Goebel goes to left field. Bradley Roper-Hubbard moves to right field where Schmitz was. So we certainly wish Max Schmitz well, if that is indeed why he had to come out of the game. So now Jay Pesci, the hitter, as Philip Schultz, I barely had a chance to even introduce him. He's on first base, and a throw behind him is there. Schultz has stolen 3 bases in the postseason. He has not been caught one time during the regular year. And another throw over. Schultz is one of the guys that will run for the Heideköpfe. So Jay Pesci, his first time, hit a little line drive that was off the glove of Wilhelm, was deflected to the second baseman Strummel, who threw him out. And he shows bunt, and he pops it up foul, giving chase to third baseman Lam Hunt, but that's going to land well out of his reach. Strike one. So Max Schmitz is out of the game. Chris Goebel is in the game. He's in left field. B.J. Roper-Hubbard is in right. And everything else remains the same. We are scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So far, Maurice Wilhelm has allowed 2 hits. He's struck out 2. He has not walked anyone. And now he's facing the top of the order for the second time. Jay Pesci with a 1-strike count. Sasha Lutz is waiting on deck. Philip Schultz has short lead on first, and the pitch. This one is bunted foul again behind the plate off to the left, picked up by Arons on a couple of hops, and the count 0-2.
Foul ball. Strike 2.
Pete Sikaris for the Heideköpfe has struck out 3 and given up 3 hits. He's walked 1. There was also a dropped third strike, which led to a base runner. That is a moment in the game the Capitals would have liked to have capitalized on, no pun intended. But they could not, and so far this game is still scoreless. We are in the bottom of the third inning. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Caps. 0-2-0 for the Heidenheim. Jay Pesci with an 0-2 count against Maurice Wilhelm. Philip Schultz with a short lead off first. Pesci bunting in, pulls it back on the breaking ball, and it's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gutsy move. Klaus Eckle keeping the bunt on even with 2 strikes. Oh, a balk has been called. Okay, I did not see, nor did I hear the count. It might have been that short kick leg move. So that pitch did not count. It's a balk. It's hard for me to hear when the umpires make a call, so that pitch did not count. Count is still 0-2. No big argument from Wilhelm. He changed his delivery, and that will often lead to a balk. There's a pop-up, short left field, long run for Goebel, but he's in there to make the catch. And there's 1 down. So Pesci flies out. So Schultz, who is on first base with the error, then was balked to second base. He's still there. There's 1 down. And Sasha Lutz, the hitter. Lutz, his first time flied out to left field. Sasha, in the regular year, had a fantastic year with the bat. As always, batted .430, 3 home runs, 3 triples, 8 doubles, 19 walks, only 11 strikeouts. That was in 79 at-bats. He's got Philip Schultz on second base with 1 out. The pitch. Fastball strike. A good pitch from Wilhelm. There's 1 strike. Scoreless game in the bottom of the third. Maurice Wilhelm going with that high yellow striped sock look, comes set, checks on Philip Schultz, a long look, now he comes to Lutz, and a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one was low. Let's look at the replay on that last pitch. Looked to be in a good location, but it was low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Runner on second base is Philip Schultz. And the pitch swung on line drive down the left field line, but that's going to tail foul. Good piece of hitting, but the count is 1-2. Lutz is one of the hitters that can frustrate pitchers. I know from having conversations with the Haar Disciples pitchers. And actually not just Lutz, but the overall the Heidenheim lineup, and I imagine also the Bonn Capitals. These are hitters that can spoil good pitches. That looked like an outside breaking ball from Maurice Wilhelm, and Lutz, who was looking for that one, just barely mistimed it, but he came close to lining it down the line for a double. So that's where the battle becomes interesting. 1-2, the pitch. Swung on line drive, right field down the line. This one is hooking, foul, and now Lutz has peppered both foul lines. Count still 1-2. And that's the thing. He can take that pitch away down the right field line. And that one was looked like it was a changeup. If that was a changeup, it was a mistake by Wilhelm, because you do not want to throw the changeup into a left-hand hitter like Lutz. He can just drop the bat head on it and drill it over the right field fence. That one he almost yanked down the line. PJ Roper-Hubbard is playing way off the line. So Wilhelm comes set. 1-2 to Lutz, the pitch. Breaking ball ripped deep and foul. That would have been a long home run, but it is way foul. It bounces off the Heidenheim clubhouse and into the parking lot, and that actually is where my car is parked. So now there's a chance that my car has been hit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lutz has really seen the ball well this at bat. We'll see what Wilhelm can do. And the crowd is getting into it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wilhelm from the set. The runner goes for third. Pitches inside. Here's the throw to third base. It is on a hop, and it is safe as Daniel M. Hunt could not handle the throw. And it looks like it hit Philip Schultz in the throat, but he's in there with a stolen base. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Sasha Lutz drive home a run without getting a base hit. Pitch was inside. It was a good pitch to run on, off-speed pitch. The ball reached third base on a hop, and it looked like it might have gotten a piece of Philip Schultz. He came up holding his throat area. Actually, if that ball doesn't hit Schultz, it might go into left field, and that would give the Heidenheim the lead. So now Sasha Lutz can give the Heidenheim the lead. And look at this, Bonn Capitals are going to play the infield in. We're in the third inning, and the Capitals are playing the infield in. That shows you how much value that runner, Philip Schultz, standing on third, has in a game like this. A series tied, 1 game apiece. Here's the payoff pitch to Lutz, swung on, and he just got a piece of a fastball high. Excuse me, that was a 2-2 pitch, not a payoff pitch. Lutz that time shortening up the swing. He normally lets go of this bat with his top hand. But that time, he held on with both. 2 balls and 2 strikes as the Heidenheim fans are getting into it. Wilhelm is going from the full windup. As you see the flag waving right in front. There's the pitch. Breaking ball slapped foul again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sasha Litz the hitter, Philip Schultz on third. There's 1 out in the inning. No score, bottom of the third, but it feels like the bottom of the 9th already. Wilhelm with a long look, and now he deals to Lutz. Popped foul again. Sasha Lutz, I think, with 6 foul balls in this at-bat. Just listen to the sounds. Fantastic atmosphere here in Heidenheim. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. And he check swing, and Patrick Meister says no, he did not go around. That was a pitch low and outside of the zone. Maurice Wilhelm, very animated off the mound, thought that Lutz checked, but he didn't even come close to checking. Didn't even come close to going around. Meister very quickly with the call. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. That was an off-speed pitch. You know Wilhelm wants that strikeout here. Three balls and 2 strikes. Runner on third, 1 out. The pitch to Sasha Lutz. Fly ball left field. Going back on it is Goebel. He makes the catch. Philip Schultz is tagging. He's going to come home and score. And it is 1-0 Heidenheim on a sac fly by Sasha Lutz. And what an at-bat that was. He fouled off 6 or 7 pitches. Finally got one he could put in play. Hit a fly ball to deep left field. And it is 1-0 Heidenheim. Take a look at that on the replay. So with 2 outs and nobody on, it is 1-0 Heidenheim. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and here comes James McGowan. McGowan, his first time, singled and was stranded at second base. There's the first pitch to him. He shows bunt, and the breaking ball is outside, ball 1. So Sasha Lutz with an epic battle against Maurice Wilhelm. He fouled balls down the left field line, down the right field line, took some close pitches, and then finally hit one to deep left for the sac fly. There's a foul ball to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. So all in all, not so bad. I mean, it's an unearned run as Schultz was on base on the error. But Maurice Wilhelm did not lose his cool, did not walk Sasha Lutz. There are 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the 1-1 to McGowan. Popped up over the screen, and I hope that doesn't hit my camera. Nope, not going to. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs in the inning.
2, that count 1 and 2.
Come on, clap your hands.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch. That was outside. 2 and 2. So the Heidenheim with an unearned run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's more than they could do against Wilhelm in the first game. But they'll take it. Playoffs are all about close games, and this one is looking to be one. This one is low and inside. Count now, full 3-2.
Ball 3, full count.
Jamie McGowan, who during the regular year batted .379 with 7 home runs. This is a Heidenheim team that had 24 home runs. So they have power pretty much all through their lineup. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul. McGowan battling for his own part. That was an off-speed pitch, and he was able to get a piece of it.
Come on, clap your hands.
The Bonn Capitals with no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. That's a big error so far in the game. The Heidenheim with 1 run on 2 hits, they do not have an error, although there was a dropped fly ball, but it turned into a force out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Wilhelm. Swung on. This one is hit in the air to shallow center field. Racing in as a center fielder. And he couldn't find it. The ball drops in front of him. Jan Jakob couldn't find the ball, and he throws behind James McGowan, who rounded too far behind first base. That's a ball that probably should have been caught. The wind is blowing out, but Jakob couldn't find the ball, and McGowan is safe on first base. I'm not sure if that'll be scored a hit or an error, but look at the replay. The ball was in the air for a long time. Jakob racing in and just couldn't find it. Maybe he lost it in the sun. Not quite sure, but Jamie McGowan is on first base, and that extends the inning, and that's big because now Simon Göring, the hitter. So that has been called a base hit. At least the scoreboard has put a base hit up on the board. It's a gift base hit at that. But the Heidenheim will take it. That's their 3rd one. Wilhelm has to be somewhat frustrated. Should have been a 1-2-3 inning. The E3, and now the dropping fly ball from McGowan. And Göring swings and misses. And folks, I think you know what he was trying to do on that one. Strike 1. Simon Göring, during the regular year, found his home run stroke again. He hit 6 home runs, batted .393, 11 doubles and a triple. Throw to first behind McGowan, and McGowan is back. 1 strike on Göring. Göring singled. He's 1 for 1. Wilhelm comes set. Here's the pitch to Simon. This one off the glove. It's a strike called, but it goes to the backstop, and that's going to allow McGowan to take second base. That'll be strike 2, but it's a passed ball, and McGowan will take second base. That's a pitch. It was right on the inside corner. It skipped off Vincent Arendt's glove. You can see he was set up on the outside corner. So defensively, the Bonn Capitals have had a subpar inning. They've only paid for it with 1 run, but there's a second one standing out there in the form of James McGowan on second base. His fly ball fell in for a single when it probably should have been caught. Now the pass ball puts him at second. 0-2, however, on Simon Göring. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right field. This is playable for B.J. Roper-Hubbard. He's going back to the warning track, and he makes the catch. Simon Göring flicking the bat out there, and he almost hit that ball all the way to the wall, but B.J. Roper-Hubbard is there, and the inning comes to a close. However, the Heidenheim Heidenkopf get 1 unearned run on 1 hit. 1 left on base. There was a very big error, and at the end of 3, it is Heidenheim 1, Bonn nothing. Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 Heidenheim. They scored an unearned run last inning on a sac fly by Sascha Lutz after Philipp Schultz has reached on an error, and it's going to be 6, 7, and 8. Maurice Wilhelm, Leonard Veller, and Vincent Ahrens against Pete Sakaris, who now pitches with the lead. First pitch, strike one, fouled back to the screen. Wilhelm, his first time, hit a fly ball to right field. He's 0 for 1. Maurice, during the regular year, batted .284. He did have a home run, 21 runs batted in, 18 walks, and on-base percentage of .440. Think about it, almost half the time he comes up to the plate, he reaches first. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Wilhelm. Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat to his left. Di Benedetto gloves it from the edge of the grass, throws to first in time. Nice play by Thomas Di Benedetto. That ball was hit fairly hard, even though it was a half swing off the bat of Maurice Wilhelm. Didn't really mean to swing at it. Almost rolled it to the hole, but Di Benedetto, ranging to his left to his glove side, grabbed it and threw on to first for the out. 1 up, 1 down. That will bring up Leonard Veller. And Veller takes a strike.
Ball.
Here's 1-1 pitch. This one popped up foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Veller in his first at-bat hit a pop-up that Di Benedetto dropped, but because Max Schmitz was on first base, it turned into a force play. So Veller is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pete Sakaris with a 1-0 lead in the fourth. And fastball got him looking, painting the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Mr. Sakaris, and there are 2 quick outs here in the fourth inning. Take a look at that pitch. Tailed back over the outside corner. Alexander Wagner right there. He's had a very consistent strike zone, in my opinion, so far this game. And 2 down here. And the first pitch on the way to Ahrens is in for a strike. Ahrens reached on a walk his first time. He's 0 for 1. Two outs, nobody on. Sakaris deals. Big chopper left side. Charging on it is the shortstop Schultz. He grabs it on a tough hop. Throws low to first. And not in time as Krum scooped it nicely, but Ahrens beat it. So that's going to go as an infield single. Good hustle by Vincent Ahrens getting down that line. It was a big bouncing ball to the shortstop Philipp Schultz. He charged, made a very good play. His throw was low, and it was a good scoop by Johannes Krum at first. However, Ahrens beat it. So that is base hit number 4. All singles. In fact, all base hits in this game, all 7 of them for both teams, they've all been singles. So now here is Chris Goebel, because Goebel came in the game for Jan Jakob. Excuse me, wait, this is Jan Jakob. Goebel came in for Schmitz. This is Jakob. Jakob takes a strike, 0-1. Jakob, his first time, hit a fly ball. He's 0 for 1. Runner on first base is Ahrens. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A late swing by Jakob, and he's behind 0-2. Good fastball from Sakaris. Sakaris is already up to 76 pitches, however. The Heidenkopf have Robert Gruber and Johannes Krum in the bullpen. They also have Patrick Seyfried. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Jakob. Here's the pitch. Fouled to the screen, and the count remains 0-2. Jakob is the number 9 hitter. Should he extend the inning, Eric Brank is on deck. Sakaris has not had a 1-2-3 inning. He faced 4 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third. He's faced 4 so far here in the fourth. And that's why his pitch count is up around 76, 77. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner leading off first base is Vincent Ahrens. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again. Good short, compact swing by Jakob, not trying to do too much, just trying to put the ball in play. And he was able to foul that pitch off. Looked like it was a fastball right over heart of the plate, actually. 1-0 Heidenheim. We are in the top of the fourth. 0-4-1 for the Capitals, 1-3-0 for the Heidekopp. Sakaris comes set. 0-2 the count to Jan Jakob. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball dropped by Simon Göring. He's going to pick it up and throw to first base in time. And the inning is over. Strikeout number 4 for Pete Sakaris. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. No errors. And at the end of 3.5, it is 1-0 Heidenheim.
Ja, und Rückschlag für das Inning. Für die Heidelberger Anschlag gehen mit der Nummer 16, Aaron
Welcome back
Dunsmore.
to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is 1-0 Heidenheim. They scored an unearned run in the third. A sac fly by Sascha Lutz driving home Philip Schultz, who had reached on an error. And the Heidekopp will send 5, 6, and 7. Aaron Dunsmore, Sean Larry, the designated hitter, and Thomas Di Benedetto against Maurice Wilhelm, who has thrown only 48 pitches so far. He has been victimized a little bit by his defense. He's given up 3 hits, and the first pitch to Dunsmore. There's a fly ball deep to right field, way back. It's got a chance. It is gone. 2-0 on the home run by Aaron Dunsmore on the first pitch by Maurice Wilhelm, and a standing ovation in Heidenheim. Aaron Dunsmore, let's take a look at the replay. First pitch, right down the middle. B.J. Roper-Hubbard just drifted over and watched it fly over the right center field fence for a 2-0 lead. The Heidekopp on the strength of the Dunsmore home run. So now, here is Sean Larry. And the first pitch to Larry. Swung on and fouled to the screen. That was a good cut by Sean. Dunsmore in the regular year had 2 home runs. Sean Larry in the regular year also had 2. So it's 2-0 Heidekopp on the home run by Aaron Dunsmore here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch, breaking ball. That one is a strike called. Nope. Is it a ball? I thought I heard Alexander Wagner say strike, but he didn't signal anything, so I'm just going to say that it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Although the scoreboard says 0-2. Swing and a miss. I guess it was 0-2. That's strike 3. So Wagner confused me, so but that's a strikeout. To his credit, I did hear him call it, but I didn't see anything. So anyway, that's the 3rd strikeout for Maurice Wilhelm. He comes back to strike out Larry on a breaking ball down and in under his hands. And so with 1 out, nobody on base, here is Thomas Di Benedetto. And Di Benedetto, first pitch swinging, line drive, center field, base hit, past the dive of Eric Brink on a hop, and that's the second base hit of the inning. And the 5th of the game for the Heidenheim. And with 1 out and 1 on, here is Johannes Krumm. Di Benedetto didn't hit it all that hard, got jammed somewhat on the pitch, but hit it past the dive of the shortstop Eric Brink, and with 1 out and 1 on, here's Johannes Krumm. Krumm, the number 8 hitter, he's also got power. Right-hand hitter. And the pitch from Wilhelm. Fly ball, right center field, giving chase Roper Hubbard. He is drifting and pulling up in the gap to make the catch for the second out. Krumm flies to right. Returning to first is Di Benedetto, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Philip Schultz. Philip Schultz hit a ground ball to the first baseman, Veller, that kicked off his glove for an error. And then Schultz reached second on a balk. Reached third on a passed ball and came home to score. Excuse me, he did not reach third on a pass. He stole third and then scored on the sac fly by Sasha Lutz. With 2 outs, Di Benedetto with the runner at first. It is 2-0 Heidenheim. And the pitch. Fouled away. Again, first pitch swinging. The Heidenheim appear to have really taken that approach to heart. They are not waiting around against Maurice Wilhelm. Looking for something good, trying to get a piece of a pitch that might have a fat part of the zone. Philip Schultz, who's a switch hitter, but spends most of his time batting left-handed because there are very few left-handed pitchers in the Bundesliga. Is the 0-1 to him, and he bunts it. Foul, and that was again that quick leg kick move by Wilhelm. He called on a balk on that once. Look at this leg kick by Wilhelm. The short kick step. That time he's not called for a balk on it. No balls and 2 strikes as Schultz bunted it foul. Wilhelm a strike away from getting out of the inning. Jay Pecci, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. Di Benedetto a short lead off first, not going. The 0-2. Line drive, right field. Roper Hubbard is back. He's got to play in front of the warning track, and he makes the catch. Philip Schultz got good wood on that one, but didn't get enough lift on it. Some good swings for the Heidenheim against Maurice Wilhelm. So we'll see if Wilhelm can make an adjustment as this game moves along. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left, no errors. At the end of 4, it is 2-0 Heidenheim. So we move to the top of the 5th inning. It is 2-0 Heidenheim. Pete Sikaris going to go back to work. He's been given another run to work with. He has thrown 82 pitches through 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and he's going to face the top of the order. Eric Brink, Adrian Stummel, and BJ Roper Hubbard. Brink is 1 for 2. First pitch from Sikaris is a fastball that missed outside, ball 1. Sikaris, as I mentioned, has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's given up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and the 1 walk. Next one on the way. Strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike. That one right on the corner. The Capitals had an opportunity to score as that pitch is called strike 2. They had
Ball 2.
runners on first and second in the third, runners on first and second in the second. There's the 1-2 pitch. And that one just missed. Goering was trying to keep his glove in the strike zone, and the ball didn't quite make it into the glove. So the count is 2-2. Trying to get that outside corner from Sakaris. Eric Brink, who's 1 for 2, singled and flat out. There's the 2-2 pitch to him. Breaking ball, popped up behind the plate. It's going to stay in play. Simon Goering makes the catch. And there's one away.
Hinter der Homeplate somit das Aus für Erik Breck. Und ein Schlag gegen Nummer 42, Adrian Stommel.
The Capitals have stranded 6 base runners so far in the game as Adrian Stommel swings and fouls back the first pitch. Stommel is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Once back to the pitcher, once to the second baseman. Stommel in the regular year, I mentioned batted 194, but with that 373 on base percentage. He's up there trying to get on base for B.J. Roper-Hubbard. There's 1 out. Sakaris with a 1-strike pitch to Adrian Stommel. And there's strike 2, a fastball right in the outside corner. Looks like Sakaris, as you look at the replay of that last pitch, has found that lane to the outside part of the plate. Oh, that was actually the breaking ball. And this one missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Excuse me. As a ground ball slowly hit to the right side, it is off the glove of Krum, and it's going to be no play as Sakaris was a little late to cover. The ball hit the heel of Krum's glove and carried him to the second baseman, Di Benedetto, but by that time, Stommel was going to be safe on first base. We'll see if that's a hit or an error. Nothing has been put on the scoreboard yet. Take a look at the ground ball, the right side. You see Krum a little indecisive because he knows if he goes to that ball, Sakaris is going to have to be the one to cover first base, and he could see that Sakaris probably wasn't going to make it there in time. Stommel, who showed good speed, and that has been scored an error. So that's an E3, I'm assuming. So now each team with an error, and B.J. Roper-Hubbard, who is the tying run, takes ball 1. Stommel with good speed on first base. A short lead, however. Sakaris comes set. There's the 1-0 to B.J. Ground ball sharply hit past the dive of Philip Schultz into left field, a base hit. Over to get it is Sasha Lutz, and the runners will stop at first and second. And now the Bonn Capitals have a rally going. As B.J. Roper-Hubbard with his second base hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Let's take a look at the replay on this one. 2 on and 1 out, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Daniel Lamb Hunt. That looked like a fastball was up, out over the plate. Roper-Hubbard hitting a line drive to the right of Philip Schultz, who dove, could not get it. So now Daniel Lamb Hunt, who has struck out twice, but reached once on the wild, it was a strikeout wild pitch. There's 1 out in the inning. The Capitals trying to come back. It is 2-0 Heidenheim. Top of the 5th inning. Sakaris from the stretch. Stommel off second. First pitch is a ball. Stommel, the runner at second base. He reached on an error. B.J. Roper-Hubbard is at first, not being held on by Johannes Krum. 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Daniel Lamb Hunt. Sakaris taking the sign from Simon Goering. Another big hole in the left side of the infield as Schultz is holding the runner on second. Somewhat. There's a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Let's look at the replay of that last pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the last pitch. Yeah, fastball tailed back over the outside corner at the knees. Perfectly located from Sakaris. If you're Lamb Hunt, you're looking for a pitch to drive in this spot. That was not the one you're looking for. You're looking for something up. 1-1, the pitch. And that one just missed high. 2 balls and a strike. Look at the replay of that one. See which pitch this was. That was another fastball just barely up high. And now Simon Goering out to have a chat with Sakaris. The Heidekops, by and large, are a team that does not show too much emotion on the mound. If Sakaris is frustrated with some of the strike zone calls, he's not really showing it. Heidekopf as a team generally do not show too much emotion about various calls on the field. Runners are leading off first and second. BJ Roper-Hubbard on first, Adrian Stummel off second. There is one out. 2 balls and a strike on the cleanup hitter, Daniel Lamb-Hunt. The pitch from Sakaris. And a strike is called, 2-2. And that time it looked like Lamb-Hunt was confused. I think he thinks that was the same pitch as previously, but both of them close. Just like this game. It could go either way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A big pitch in the inning and possibly the game coming right here with 2 on and 1 out. There's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the 3rd straight time. Daniel Lamb-Hunt goes down swinging, and I think every single time as we look at this last pitch, I think it was the breaking ball. That was a changeup, I believe. The breaking ball would bend more to the right. So that's a big pitch by Sakaris, getting Daniel Lamb-Hunt for the 3rd time. Strikeout number 6 in the ball game, and now here's Chris Goebel. Goebel up for his first at bat. He came in the game for Max Schmitz, who I presume is injured. And the pitch is outside for a ball. That's something of a blow to the Capitals. I would imagine Schmitz, who is one of their main pitchers in the bullpen, they want to make sure he stays healthy and be able to pitch should he be needed either tomorrow. So any slight injury, they're probably going to protect him. I bet that's what happened. 1 ball and no strikes to Goebel. And just missing 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Goebel, who was an all-star, batted .364. Had 1 triple, 2 doubles amongst his 24 hits and 66 at-bats this year. 2-0. He did walk 12 times. And now Sakaris steps off as Schultz was dancing behind Adrian Stummel at second base. Stummel is on second. BJ Roper-Hubbard is on first. It's been a laborious afternoon for Pete Sakaris, but he's so far leading in a turn and a whirl. As I mentioned, Sakaris has not had a 1-2-3 inning. He faced 4 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and this is the 5th man to bat here in the 5th. But so far, no runs. 2-0 on Goebel, the pitch. There's a strike at the letters, a fastball over the inside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. That one gets the kazoos going. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying into the Bonn Capitals dugout. Ricochets off the railing, and boy, that one sent the Capitals flying as it slipped out of Goebel's hand. And he's going to check, make sure he didn't break it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, more pine tar, Mr. Goebel. He's over there to get some more pine tar as he completely lost his grip on that. Look at the replay of this. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes after that. Nobody's hurt, though. That bat did not hit anybody. It hit a wall, thankfully. But it was in an area where there's no netting. That's scary. Adrian Stummel, the runner on second base. BJ Roper-Hubbard, the runner on first. 2-2 on Chris Goebel with 2 outs. It is 2-0 Heidenheim. We are in the top of the 5th. And the pitch. Fastball just missed, and the count is full. And now that's huge because the runners will be off with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will be going. That means if Goebel hits the ball to the gap, this game could be timed. And time was called as Goebel got something in his eye. The sun has gone behind a cloud. The temperature has dropped. The wind, however, is still blowing out. We have seen 1 home run. That was the blast off the bat of Aaron Dunsmore. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Goebel. There go the runners. Swung on, fouled to the screen. We'll do it again. There are times when the reset is somewhat of a nuisance to the viewer when the foul ball causes the play to be repeated, but this is not one of them. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners will be in motion. Goebel fouled that one off, and he's going to get another one. The runners will be in motion again. Full count, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 is called. A fastball on the outside corner, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Peter Sakaris. He is doing a heck of a job battling through some base runner situations. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, 1 error, and at the end of 4.5, it is Heidenheim 2, Bonn 0. All right, folks, welcome back. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning now. Heidenheim with a 2-0 lead. They got an unearned run back in the 3rd inning on a sac fly by Sasha Lutz, and then a long home run off the bat of Aaron Dunsmore in the 4th, and that's been the scoring. And Maurice Wilhelm deals to Jay Pecci. First pitch, strike call, 0-1. Pecci is 0 for 2. Wilhelm has thrown 57 pitches in contrast to Peter Sakaris, who has had to labor. He has thrown 105 pitches. And Pecci takes ball 1 outside. From Wilhelm, 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order, Pecci, Lutz, and McOwen. This is the power part of the order, but Wilhelm has seemed to be immune to that. 1-1. Fly ball, short left center field coming on is Jakob. He's not going to get there. It lands for a base hit, and Jay Pecci is on with a leadoff single. That is base hit number 6 for the Heidekopf. Jay Pecci with that little inside-out swing just lifted a soft fly ball to short left center field, and Jakob coming on couldn't get there. So a good beginning for the Heidekopf as Jay Pecci is on first base. And here is Sasha Lutz. It was Lutz who had the epic at-bat that led to the sac fly. He fouled off 6 or 7 pitches before finally lifting a fly ball to deep left center field that scored the run. And he lays down a very good bunt. Fielded by Lamb Hunt. The throw to first is in time. Pecci will take second base. I'm not sure if Sasha was actually bunting for a hit. I think he's bunting for a hit on that. But he's most likely going to be credited with a sacrifice. Although, if he's bunting for a hit, he probably should not be. Although, that's not up to me. That's up to the official scorer. Runner at second base is Jay Pecci. And that will bring up James McOwen. McOwen is 2 for 2. He's singled twice. And Wilhelm wants Arns to go through some more signs. Now he's got one he likes. Comes set. Pecci, the runner on second base. Pitch to McOwen. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Arns. 1 ball and no strikes. McOwen has reached second base both times, but he's been stranded there both times. One ball, no strikes to Jamie McOwen. There's the pitch from Wilhelm. A big chopper over the mound, over to get it. It's the shortstop, Brank, from behind second. Throws to first, not in time. Infield hit for Jamie McOwen. Eric Brank went way back to the outfield grass to grab that ball in the second hop. And by the time he did that, he had no chance to throw out McOwen, who was running well. And taking third on the base hit is Jay Pecci. It was a big bouncer. Brank just, he didn't really have much of a chance to get it before that. His only chance would have been to charge and try to cut across the bag, but it looked like the ball might actually hit second base. And he waited and got it on the second bounce, and by then it was too late. That's a base hit for Pecci, the 7th hit of the game. And now first and third. Excuse me, that's McOwen with a base hit. So McOwen is the runner at first. Petchy the runner at third. 1 out. Simon Göring the hitter. Göring 1 for 2. Dia and the pitch. There's a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Göring singled in the first inning, was stranded there. Flied to left field. Flied to deep right field in the third inning. He's getting the signs from Klaus Eckler. The Heidekopp with a chance to extend their lead. It is 2-0. As Maurice Wilhelm comes set. Runner not going. Pitch swung on, popped up foul. Almost within my reach. About 10, 15 feet off my right. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at third is Jay Petchy. The runner at first, James McOwen. 1 ball and 1 strike on Simon Göring, the cleanup hitter, with 1 out. Göring is a double play ball candidate. There's a line drive, right field, and B.J. Roper-Hubbard is going back. He's going to make the catch. Petchy tags from third. He will come home and score, and that will make it 3-0 Heidenheim on the sac fly by Simon Göring. Göring has driven the ball very well to right field twice. That time he drives in a run. So there are 2 outs in the inning now. As you look at the replay, that will bring up Aaron Dunsmore. But if Göring gets any lift on that ball at all, he might be able to get a home run. Roper-Hubbard was there to make the catch. Petchy was tagging easily, scored, and staying put at first base is McOwen. So now 2 outs. McOwen at first. 2 outs. And Aaron Dunsmore, who homered his last time, and he's swinging away on the first pitch, fouls it away. Strike 1. 0-4-1 for the Capitals, 2-7-1 for the Heidekopp. Dunsmore struck out before that home run. His home run was a blast to deep right center field. Maurice Wilhelm comes set. McOwen still on first. The pitch outside, a pitch out. Arns came out of his crouch, thinking perhaps that McOwen was going to be off with the pitch. James, however, was not running. So the count is 1-1 to Aaron Dunsmore, left-handed hitter. And he drives one high in the air to deep left center field, but Jakob is back and has room, and he makes the catch. A couple of long fly balls off the bat of the Heidekopp, but that will be the 3rd out of the inning. As Dunsmore flies to Jan Jakob at center. However, 1 run comes home on 2 hits. There's 1 left. No errors. At the end of 5, it is Heidenheim 3, Bonn 0.
Und da könnten wir doch gerade noch einmal bei diesem spannenden Spiel den Laufstärken-Test machen. Wo sind die Heideköpfe-Fans? Und die Bonner haben bestimmt auch noch nicht aufgegeben. Wo sind die Bonner-Fans? Und wo sind die Mädels vom Junggesellenabschied?
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning. We're moving into the later innings now. Peter Sikaris has thrown 105 pitches. He has struck out 7, given up 5 hits, and walked just 1. No activity, however, in the Heidekopp bullpen. So Sikaris might be out there to throw 140 pitches or so. Although there is starting to be some activity. That looks like Robert Gruber walking around in the bullpen for the Heidekopp. It is 3-0 Heidenheim as we begin play in the top of the 6th. It will be 6, 7, and 8. Maurice Wilhelm, Leonard Veller, and Vincent Arns against Peter Sikaris. And the first pitch, that one is low, ball 1, fastball. Wilhelm in the game is 0 for 2. He flied out and grounded out. And And the next one on the way. There's a fly ball hit off the end of the bat, high and deep down the left field line. Foul, and Lutz is going to run out of room. And he's got no room to play that one. That ball banging off a fence beyond the left field blue fence. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bonn Capitals in this game have left 8 base runners on. The Heidenheim have only left 5, and that's actually exactly the difference. It's 3-0. There's a breaking ball hit weakly on the ground up the middle. Di Benedetto to his right, fields and throws to first in time. There's 1 down. Wilhelm is 0 for 3. Looked like that pitch was up and in on him. Yeah, that might have been the changeup. From the angle that I'm sitting, it looks like a breaking ball. But when I look at the replay, it looks like a changeup. And Wilhelm grounds out 4-3. He is 0 for 3, and that'll bring up Leonard Veller. Veller is 0 for 2. Sikaris has scattered 5 hits through each of the first 5 innings, and Veller takes a strike, 0-1. Veller reached on a fielder's choice and then struck out looking. Big chopper over the mound, another tough play, gloved by Di Benedetto to his right. The throw to first is in time. Thomas Di Benedetto ranging all the way across to the shortstop side of second base, throwing off balance, and his throw to Johannes Krum was right on the money to get the slow-moving Leonard Veller. Veller didn't look like he got a very good jump out of the box, actually. And he's thrown out 4-3. So 2 down. I think maybe Veller might have taken for granted that ball was going to go into center field. And he got thrown out. So now Vincent Arons. And the pitch. Strike. So Sikaris, who came into the inning having thrown 105 pitches, had not had a 1-2-3 inning. He's now very close to having one here. 2 outs, nobody on. Arons, however, has not been retired yet. But he's now 1 strike away. No balls and 2 strikes. Arons has reached on a walk and singled. So he's technically 1 for 1 in 2 plate appearances. He has been left at first base each time he has reached, however. 0-2 to the right-handed hitting catcher. Here it comes. That one's outside. Vincent Arons, who has played for the Cologne Cardinals, switched to the Bonn Capitals at age 18. That was in 2012. And he just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sikaris has really been trying to paint that outside corner with that backdoor cutter or fastball, whatever it is. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning. Strikeout number 8 for Pete Sikaris. No runs, no hits, no nothing at the end of 5.5. It is Heidenheim 3. Bonn 0. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Heidenheim leading 3-0, and they are going to send 6, 7, and 8. Sean Larry, Thomas Di Benedetto, and Johannes Krum against Maurice Wilhelm, who is still out there. Wilhelm has Thrown 69 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of which are earned, and 3 strikeouts. Here's the pitch to Sean Larry. There's a line drive right field, sinking fast, but Roper Hubbard is there to make the catch, waist high to his glove side. 1 pitch, 1 out. You could make the case that the Heidenheim have actually hit in bad luck in this game, even though they have 7 hits. They have hit some balls very hard and very deep into the outfield. But the Bonn Capitals have made some nice plays. There was also a nice play by Daniel Lamb Hunt, knocking down a sharp line drive off the bat of Johannes Krum in the 2nd inning. So Larry is 0 for 3. Now Thomas DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto is 1 for 2. He's singled. And Maurice Wilhelm winds and deals. Breaking ball, bunted foul, strike 1.
Bunted foul ball, strike 1.
DiBenedetto, who is a native of Salem, Massachusetts, was drafted by the Red Sox in 2008. He also has played in Italy. He's got an Italian passport. He will be 30 years old in November, so he's 29 at the moment. There's the 0-1. Swung on, hit slowly on the ground, past the glove of Wilhelm. Nice pick by Eric Brank at short, and he throws to first in time to get DiBenedetto. Eric Brank charging to pick that one on a short hop after it got past Wilhelm's glove. And there are 2 down. Nice defensive play. Take another look at the replay. So Johannes Krum, who was 0 for 2, but he hit the ball very hard his first time. Hit a ground ball that was knocked down on 1 hop by Daniel Lamb Hunt, the 3rd baseman. And Lamb Hunt made a very nice play to recover and throw out Krum. So 2 outs and nobody on. Krum then flied out. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Wilhelm. Breaking ball missed, ball 1. Wilhelm has pitched very well. There's the 1-0 pitch. There's a ground ball to the left side. Brank to his right, backhands it, throws the long throw, and not in time as the first baseman Weller had to come off the bag to scoop it. And Alex Hartel right there to make the call, and that means Krum is safe. We'll see if that'll be a base hit or an error. Brank made a nice play to range far to his right into the hole. He set his feet and made a throw that was a little bit low, and Leonard Veller, the first baseman, had to go out to scoop it, and his foot just barely came off the bag. So far, nothing has been put up on the board regarding hit or error. So now Philip Schultz. 2 outs. That'll make Maurice Wilhelm work a little harder. That also turns the lineup over, at the very least. That would mean the Heidenheim start the next inning should Philip Schultz make the 3rd out here with the top of their order. There's a strike to Philip Schultz. Schultz reached on an error and scored, and then flied out to deep right field. He's technically 0 for 2, but he also stole a base. He was the run that scored. That is an unearned run. Wilhelm from the stretch. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. That was a breaking ball, and Schultz way out in front. Take a look at this on the replay. Again, that was that little kick move. It might have been a changeup, actually. Off-speed pitch, anyway. Wilhelm from the stretch. Runner leads off first. A little jam shot floater out towards short right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit as Stummel was backpedaling and misjudged the ball. He had trouble going back on that ball and then got turned around. Roper Hubbard couldn't come in to make the catch, and that's going to drop in. That will be a base hit. That puts runners on first and second. I'm going to just go ahead and say that Krum's base hit was a base hit. So 2 straight singles for the Heidenheim with 2 outs, and now the top of the order, Jay Pecci. Look at the replay of that last thing. So Jay Pecci, who is 1 for 3, he grounded out, flied out, singled and scored. That was in the 5th inning. The Heidenheim with a 2-out rally. They've got Krum at second, Schultz at first. Pecci in the batter's box, the switch hitter batting left against Maurice Wilhelm. There's the 0-2. Breaking ball is high, 1 ball, no strikes. I don't know why I said it's an 0-2. It was the first pitch. I know why I said it's 0-2. It's because the scoreboard says 0-2. So I apologize for the confusion. It's a 1 ball, no strikes count to Jay Pecci. Krum at second, Schultz at first. 2 outs. Slap down the third base line. That one is foul. And And the count 1-1 now on Pecci. Pecci, who is going to celebrate his birthday on September the 26th. He will be 39. He's from Redwood City, California. Veteran ball player. Also has an Italian passport. 1-1 the count to him. And the pitch popped up. This is going to stay in the field of play. Foul ground. Daniel M. Hunt has a play and makes it. And the inning is over. So Pecci pops out to third to end the threat. Wilhelm escapes the jam. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. No errors. At the end of 6 full, it is Heidenheim 3, Bonn 0. We move to the top of the 7th inning here in Heidenheim. The sun is now coming out again. It has been a beautiful afternoon. It's been breezy, somewhat cool, but perfect weather for the players. It's almost like Oktoberfest weather. And the Heidecup are trying to have a fest at the expense of the Bonn Capitals. The series is tied 1 game apiece, but this game, however, is tilting in favor of the Heidecup. It is 3-0. And it's going to be 9-1-2 for the Bonn Capitals. Jan Jakob, Eric Brink, and Adrian Stommel. Against Pete Sikaris, who is out there. He has thrown 115 pitches so far. No signs of slowing. First pitch is a strike. He threw his first 1-2-3 inning last inning. He has scattered 5 hits. There's the 1-strike pitch, but beforehand, time was called by Jakob as Sikaris was in his wind. Sikaris has 8 strikeouts. He has allowed only 1 walk. And, of course, most importantly, no runs. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Jakob. Jakob is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out. Here comes the pitch. Popped up foul. We'll do it again. Jakob, who is 24 years old, has been playing with the Bonn Capitals since 2007. So that means he's been playing with Bonn since he was 16. He played in the World Port Tournament in 2011. That's a big port tournament in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. Pops this one up, foul again, out of play. That one just in front of the camera. And a flurry of Heidecup Kinder over to get that ball. And the count is still 0-2 on Jan Jakob. Outfield is shaded to the right, and time is called again. This time.
Und die Foulballs bitte an der Sprecherkabine abgeben. Vielen Dank.
Not sure who called time that time. That's the second time that Sikaris has had to start and stop his windup in this at-bat, but he's still 0-2 on Jan Jakob. Here it comes. Fouled again to the screen. Third time, Jakob has gotten a piece of a couple of pitches. Count remains 0-2. Sikaris seemingly has an effortless motion out there. I mentioned he's up around 120 pitches. But he does not appear to be fatiguing at all. There's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9. That's the second time Jakob is gone. And now with 1 out, here's the top of the order, Eric Brink. That looked like an off-speed pitch. And it was. That was a breaking ball. That one, you can see it starts on the upper left and breaks down to the lower right of your screen. whenever you see a hitter swing out in front like that, it's an off-speed pitch. As Brink shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball one high. And if the pitch moves from left to right like that, it's a breaking ball. If it doesn't, it's a changeup. So if you're viewing at home, wondering how you can tell, that's how you can tell. There's the 1-ball pitch to Brink. He swings and lifts the fly ball to deep center field. McOwen, shading his eyes from the sun, struggles with it but makes the catch. And I presume took a deep breath. McOwen, along with all the other outfielders, has had to deal with a tough sun. We have seen a couple of balls drop in. That one did not. There are 2 down, and with nobody on, here's Adrian Stommel. That is actually now 7 in a row retired by Pete Sakaris. Stommel is 0 for 3. Fastball strike, 0-1. We're in the 7th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Breaking ball, strike 2. Let's look at that one on a replay. Yeah, that was actually maybe a changeup dropped in, because that one did not go from right to left so much. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Stommel. Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt, blocked, and the tag applied by Simon Goering. A very quick inning, 8 in a row by Pete Sakaris. That is his 10th strikeout of the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 6.5, it is 3-0. Heidenheim get up and stretch.
Ja, großen Applaus hier für Heiko. Und jetzt geht's weiter hier mit den Jungs und Mädels, unsere Jugendmannschaft. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it up. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth. Let's go to work. Großen Applaus hier für Heiko und seine Freunde. Das war ein ganz starker Auftritt, so wie wir uns es auch weiterhin von den Heilköpfen erhoffen. 9-4 bei den Bonnern auf dem Mount. Begrüßen Sie recht herzlich Sascha Koch.
So we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning, and Sascha Koch will take his place on the mound, relieving Maurice Wilhelm. Wilhelm moves to first base, so that means Koch goes in the lineup in Leonard Veller's spot. Remember, there was no designated hitter to begin the game. So Sascha Koch, I'll tell you about him in a moment. He's going to face Sascha Lutz to lead things off, and the 17-year-old deals ball 1. And you heard me right, folks. Sascha Koch is 17 years old, and he is an excellent pitcher. He's pitched in the under-13 European Championship. Excuse me, the U18. Can't read my own handwriting. Pitched a 1-hit shutout against the Solingen Alligators this year. And after the first pitch, you can see Vincent Ahrens go out to have a chat with him. His first pitch, perhaps a little bit overamped, facing Sascha Lutz. So Koch, during the regular year, 36 innings, had a minuscule ERA of .7. Only 7 walks in those 36 innings. Outstanding for a 17-year-old. And there's a strike on the second pitch to Sasha Lutz. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lutz is officially 0 for 1, but he's also driven in a run with a sac fly, and he's also sac bunted. This one is low. 2 balls and a strike. Koch in the playoffs has pitched 7 1/3 innings. He did not give up a run. There's a fly ball to center field. Jan Jakob is right there, makes the catch, 1 down. Lutz putting pretty good wood on that ball, but he flies out for the first out. And that will bring up Jamie McOwen. Koch pitched against Mainz in the first round. So McOwen in the game is 3 for 3, 3 singles. He, however, has not scored a run. He's been stranded each time. Twice from second base, once from first. There's the pitch from Koch, and he's got that overhand fastball, and it's up and in, spinning James McOwen out of the way. Next one, fly ball hit off the fist to shallow center field. Jakob racing in, and he's going to pull up and have to short hop it. McOwen with a big turn, but Jakob was able to deflect the ball and keep it close enough to him that he could go back and get it and prevent McOwen from taking second base. That'll be another base hit for Jamie McOwen. He is 4 for 4. Several of them have been little fly balls that have dropped in, but looks good in the box score. That is base hit number 10 for the Heidenheim. And that will bring up Simon Göring. Göring has 1 hit in 2 at-bats. He also has a sac fly and an RBI. So McOwen, the runner on first with 1 out. Sasha Koch against Simon Göring. Koch, a right-hander, works from the first base side of the rubber. There goes McOwen. The pitch is taken for a ball. Arns' throw is not in time. Recovered on a short hop by Eric Brink. Vincent Arns throwing from his knees. Got the throw there pretty quickly, but it was there on a short hop. Good recovery by Eric Brink to keep that ball from going to center field. Pitch was called a ball. And so now James McOwen is in scoring position with 1 out. And a 1 ball, no strike count to Simon Göring. Koch deals. Fastball strike. You can see the 17-year-old right-hander has a good arm. He throws directly over the top. He's also played in MLB European Academy tournaments in Hoofddorp in the Netherlands. 1-1 to Göring. This one in the dirt. Skipped away from Arns. Arns had to come out of the crouch, and that ball, I think, hit his shin guard. McOwen not able to advance. That ball short hopped home plate by a good 5 feet. I wonder if that was a breaking ball or a changeup from Koch. Koch's still young, still developing, but he's obviously got good stuff. Throwing a 1-hit shutout against Solingen. And he starts to come set and time is called. 2 balls and a strike on Simon Göring. Two and 1. Koch is set, and the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Göring chasing a pitch that looked like it was up. And he fouled it over the screen. Kind of even at 2-2. And you can see that overhand delivery that Koch brings. He reaches way back, and the ball probably comes, from the hitter's standpoint, probably comes from behind his ear. And those high fastballs, when they come in at eye level like that, they're hard to lay off. Göring, I think, chased one that was a little bit too high. But he was almost on it. He fouled it straight back. 2-2. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Vincent Arns, and the count now full, 3-2. To my knowledge, that's the first breaking ball that I've seen Koch throw. Let's look at the replay. That is a 12-6 breaking ball from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. If you can imagine the hands on an old-fashioned clock. Of course, everybody just uses their phones these days. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. McOwen, the runner on second base. It is 3-0 Heidenheim in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Göring. A big chopper to the right side. played on a couple of hops by the second baseman Stummel. He throws to first. It's low, but Maurice Wilhelm scoops it for the out. Moving to third is McGowan. There are 2 down. A big slow ground ball. Stummel actually backed up on that. So Goering gets a 3-2 off speed pitch and hits it slowly to the right side. Adrian Stummel making the play. McGowan moves to third. There are now 2 outs. And that will bring up Aaron Dunsmore. Dunsmore 1 for 3, but that one, a big, loud one. And he swings and hits a fly ball to right center field. Over to get is Jan Jakob, and he's got a play and makes the catch. The inning is over. So Sascha Koch comes on and gives up a base hit, a stolen base, but nothing else. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base, no errors. At the end of 7 full, we go to the 8th inning. Heidenheim 3, Bonn 0. Okay, we move to the top of the 8th inning. 6 outs for the Bonn Capitals with which to work. And they are going to send 3, 4, 5. Bradley Roper-Hubbard, Daniel Lamhump, and Chris Goebel. Goebel, who entered the game for Max Schmitz back in the 3rd inning, I believe it was. Peter Sikaris, meanwhile, out there, has thrown 126 pitches and no signs of slowing down now. He was brought here to pitch, and pitch is what he's going to do, apparently. There's no activity in the Heidekoff bullpen. Sikaris takes a look to check his defense behind him. B.J. Roper-Hubbard is 2 for 3, and the first pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. Sikaris, in the first 7 innings, has allowed 5 hits and struck out 10. He has walked just 1. He has actually retired 8 in a row. Coming into this inning, there's a ball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sikaris, who really had to labor through the first 5+ innings, or 4+ innings, has since settled down nicely. There's the 1-1, and he missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. I think he wanted that call. Sometimes this is the case, and I'm not sure if this is the case with Sikaris, but if he's a sinker ball type pitcher, there's a pitch high, 3-1, he might actually get a little bit more effective as he gets a little tired, and that's perhaps an explanation as to why he has really settled down the last few innings, although now he's missed and he's behind 3 balls and 1 strike to Roper-Hubbard. Swing and a miss, and that was a full cut by BJ. 3-2. BJ Roper-Hubbard, who was born in Bermuda, grew up in Georgia, played 3 seasons in the minor leagues. Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 9 in a row set down by Sikaris. 11 strikeouts for the right-hander. And that's the first out in the 8th inning. Let's see if Roper-Hubbard chased a pitch outside the zone. It looked like it was a little slider or cut fastball. And down he goes. Here's Daniel Lamhunt. Lamhunt, who is from Auckland, New Zealand. He's 28 years old. Has been with the Bonn Capitals. Well, actually, he's been in Germany since 2010. He also played in Pulheim. He won the best batter in the Bundesliga North in 2010. And the first pitch, high ball 1. Daniel Lamhunt, May 20th, 1987. He is 28 years old. Also has played for the Brisbane Bandits in the Australian Baseball League. There's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. A fastball from Sikaris. Sakaris has retired 9 men in a row. And he's working quickly. And he deals 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Daniel Lamb Hunt has struck out 3 times in the game. And every single time it has been on that breaking ball or an off-speed pitch that Sakaris has been throwing low and away. Lamb Hunt has chased it almost every single time. So I would expect Sakaris to do it again here. Here it comes. He did, and he struck him out. 4th time. That is strikeout number 12. And you can almost predict it. The golden sombrero, as it's called. I have no idea why it's called that. You can go ahead and Google that. There's some urban legend as to why it's called the golden sombrero, but Daniel Lamb Hunt has struck out 4 times. And now Grubel, the hitter, takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. That was a fastball that just caught it. Swing and a foul tip, 0-2. 10 in a row have been set down by Sakaris. He has not allowed a base runner since the 5th inning. And here we are with 2 outs in the 8th. It's getting late for the Caps here in game 3. No balls and 2 strikes to Goebel. Breaking ball is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if this was actually a breaking ball or a changeup. It looked like the breaking ball. And this one is high. That was a fastball. 2-2 now. The count even. Sakaris has had at least 1 strikeout in every inning except the 2nd. He had 2 in the 1st and 2 in the 4th and 5th and 2 this inning. And now he's got 3. He struck out the side. In fact, Pete Sakaris has struck out 5 straight hitters. He has retired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row. And at the end of 7.5, it is 3-0 Heidenheim.
13. Strikeout von Pete am heutigen Tage. Ich denke, das ist nochmal ein extra Applaus wert.
I think I might have said 12 strikeouts. That is definitely the 13th strikeout for Pete Sakaris. So we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 3-0 Heidenheim. The story early in the game was the RBI by Sasha Lutz, the home run by Dunsmore, and the RBI by Simon Göring. But as this game has gone along, Pete Sakaris has really found his groove. He has 13 strikeouts in the game. And the Bonn Capitals are 3 outs away from falling behind in this series 2-1. Meanwhile, Sasha Koch out there for his 2nd inning of work, and he deals low ball 1 to Sean Larry, the designated hitter. Larry is 0 for 3. 6, 7, and 8 for the Heide Club. Larry, Di Benedetto, and Krum against Sasha Koch, who came on last inning. Maurice Wilhelm, there's a strike to Larry. Maurice Wilhelm in 6 innings threw 80 pitches, 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, 3 strikeouts, no walks, no hit by pitch. He did balk a man to another base. There's a ball, 2-1. He would be responsible for the loss. He cannot win the game should the score remain as it is. 2 balls and a strike on Sean Larry. Sasha Koch came on and pitched a scoreless 7th. Larry tops one foul on the right field line, 2-2. This is a Bonn Capitals team that is pitching rich, by far the most pitching of any team in the Bundesliga. Sasha Koch, Max Schmitz, Wilson Lee, Brian Lainoff, Maurice Wilhelm. There's a ground ball to the right side, over to get it and smother it is Stummel. He throws to first in time. That ball took a funny hop on Adrian Stummel as he was ranging to his right, and he had to sort of come down on it and go to a knee, but he made the play nicely. And there's one down. Here's Thomas Di Benedetto. Di Benedetto is 1 for 3. He is singled, struck out, and grounded out. Heidenheim scored a run in the third, a run in the fourth, a run in the fifth. That's it. The Capitals, for their part, they have left 8 men on base, but none in the last 3+ innings. And Di Benedetto bunts, pops it up. Arns with a chance, and he makes the play as he slides back towards the backstop. And Di Benedetto slams the bat to the ground in frustration. He was bunting for a base hit on that. That was a nice play by Vincent Arns. He did not have time to take the mask off. And very quickly, 2 outs. See Vincent Arns, he found the ball, realized he wasn't going to have time to throw the mask away. So he just ran to the backstop, made the catch as he slid. There are 2 down. And now Johannes Krum. And a good fastball burns the glove of Arns, strike 1. Krum is 1 for 3. He is singled. Sasha Koch winds and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That might have been an off-speed pitch from Koch. Let's take a look at that on the replay. As Krum was way out in front of it. No balls and 2 strikes from the young right-hander to Johannes Krum. There's a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Arns, 1 and 2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Heidenheim nursing a 3-0 lead over the Bonn Capitals. Trying to take a 2-1 lead. And I have to say, I wish I could be here tomorrow to bring you Game 4, but I simply cannot. So you'll have to follow on Game Changer. The 1-2 swung on, and that one's fouled back to the screen. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Krum had a pretty good swing at that one. Johannes, who does have home run power, has shown his home run power this year. 1 and 2. Sasha Koch winds and deals. Fastball is high, 2 and 2. There is no activity in the Heidekopp bullpen, so it's going to be Sikaris back out there for the 9th. There's a swing and a hot shot past the glove of Daniel Lamhunt. That ball is going to trickle down the third base line. Krum with a big turn, but he decides to stop at first base with a single. That's the 2nd time he's hit a hot smash. This time, Daniel Lamhunt could not field the short hop, and Krum will be at first with what I believe is going to be a base hit. Let's take a look at that replay. Ball was hit very sharply. By my count, that is 11 hits for the Heidekopp. And so now with 2 outs and a runner on first, here's Philip Schultz. Krum has 2 base hits in the game. Schultz is 1 for 3. Number 9 hitter. Heidekopp fans are trying to root on for Philip Schultz, the local boy. Sasha Koch trying to send this thing to the 9th. First pitch is a strike called. Good fastball over the outside corner of the letters. There's the next one on the way. Schultz takes up high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield is shallow. Playing straight away. Here's the 1-1. And that one missed for a ball, a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner on first base is Johannes Krum. There are 2 outs. It is 3-0 Heidenheim in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. And it is high, now 3-1. And Koch does not want to walk the number 9 hitter and turn the lineup over. Jay Pecci is on deck. Pecci 1 for 4 in the game. So that's where things can spiral out of control with this Heidekopp lineup. 3-1 to Philip Schultz. And he lines it foul. That one's going to go into the bullpen where there's no activity. The ball actually ricochets back onto the field. The count is now full, 3-2. That will allow Johannes Krum to be running with the pitch. It is 3-0 Heidenheim. Koch comes set. There goes the runner, the pitch. A fly ball to right field down the line, and it is going to be foul. That ball up on top of the batting cage, bounces up and over the batting cage. Count still 3 balls and 2 strikes to Philip Schultz. Johannes Krom will have to go back to first. We began about 2:15. Here we are about 2 hours and 15 minutes later. This has been a very well-played, fast-moving game with excellent pitching from both sides. Maurice Wilhelm and Pete Sakaris. Sakaris has really turned it on. Here's the 3-2, and it is up high, ball 4. Close pitch, but it goes for a walk. And that will put runners on first and second and bring up Jake Pecci. That is the first walk issued by Capitals pitching. Wilhelm did not issue one. Sasha Koch walking Philip Schultz on a 3-2 pitch that was just a little bit up and outside. And here's Jay Pecci. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. The pitch in the dirt, skips away from Arons, and the runners are going to advance to second and third. That'll be a wild pitch, and that's a big play. Because now a base hit from Pecci could make it 5-0. Already against Sakaris, the way he's been pitching, 3-0 seems pretty insurmountable. Of course, with 2 outs, Koch is just going to try to make his pitches, but he's bounced a number of those breaking balls. He is a young, talented pitcher, but he has so far shown that he can sometimes bounce one. There's a ground ball pulled just foul down the right field line. Pecci out in front of a fastball, I believe it was. 1 ball and 1 strike. Krom the runner at third. Philip Schultz the runner at second. A packed house in Heidenheim, and they want to see a home team victory. If they do, I can imagine this place will be loud tomorrow. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch down low in the dirt. Count 1-2. Vincent Arons actually with a good job to block that pitch. That was an off-speed pitch from Koch. Let's take a look at it again. Got that overhand breaking ball. That's a very tough read for a hitter. He has the exact same release point for his breaking ball as he does his fastball. Directly over the top, and that one with downward action. The 1-2. Ground ball slowly hit to the first baseman, Wilhelm. He takes it from a knee to the bag by himself, and that will end the inning. Pecci grounds out 3 unassisted. And the Heidekopp will strand 2. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. No errors. At the end of 8, it is do or die for the Bonn Capitals. They are trailing 3-0. We are back. It is the top of the 9th inning. And you are looking at Pete Sakaris, a right-hander, who has thrown 140 pitches. But he received a nice ovation from the Heidekopp fans as he ran out there on the mound. He might have thrown 140 pitches, but he has cruised through the last 4 complete innings. He has retired 11 in a row. He has struck out 13 complete in the ballgame. And in fact, he has struck out the last 5 hitters he has faced. And he is going to face 6, 7, and 8. Maurice Wilhelm, and I believe probably a pinch hitter for Sasha Koch, and then Vincent Arons. Heidenheim is leading 3-0, trying to take a 2-games-to-1 lead and come that much closer to their second trip to the Bundesliga final in 2 years. And Pete Sakaris, the man on the mound, trying to send us to game 4. Maurice Wilhelm is 0 for 3 against Sakaris. The right-hander winds and deals. It is a ball, low, 1 ball and no strikes. Sakaris has allowed 5 hits and 1 walk. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sakaris in the first 4 2/3 innings had to deal with base runners almost all the time. There's the 1-1. That one is high at 2-1. But since then, he has simply cruised. And I was talking about it before, as it might be the case that Sakaris' stuff actually starts to move a little bit more once he gets a little tired. There's a 2-1. There's a strike. It looked like he might have dropped down sidearm on that last delivery. Check this last pitch. Hey, he came a little bit sidearm. Changing eye angles to Maurice Wilhelm. The count is even 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Number 14. And that is 6 strikeouts in a row for Pete Sakaris. And he's been using that breaking pitch or that off-speed pitch down and away to put away the Bonn Capitals hitters. That was the curveball. And 1 down in the 9th inning. Here is Sascha Koch, who's going to hit for himself. And this one is a ball 1 outside. No balls and 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. I'm trying to see if Koch batted at all during the regular year. I do not see any at-bats listed for him. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I believe this is Koch's first at-bat of the year, 2-0. Somewhat strange. There's a strike. I suppose it's due to the injury to Max Schmitz. You know, it's only 3-0. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. But Koch is hitting for himself, and he's got a 2-2 count. Sakaris has struck out 6 straight Capitals. Foul ball off to the right. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. He has retired 12 straight hitters as Sakaris. He has struck out 14 in the game. And now he has struck out 15. 7 strikeouts in a row for Mr. Sakaris. And I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. And there are 2 outs in the 9th inning. What a pitching performance by Pete Sakaris. He struck out, going back to the 7th inning, Jakob, Stommel. Then in the 8th, he struck out Roper Hubbard, Lamb Hunt, and Goebel. And now in the 9th, he struck out Wilhelm and Koch. And the first pitch to Ahrens is strike 1. Vincent Ahrens is 1 for 2. 2 outs in the 9th inning. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's got 15 strikeouts so far. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He struck out 7 men in a row, 15 in the game, the 1-2. A ground ball to the second baseman, Di Benedetto. He has it, throws to first, the game is over. And what a fantastic pitching performance by Pete Sakaris. He shuts out the Bonn Capitals on 5 hits with 15 strikeouts, 1 walk. He retired the final 14 batters he faced. And the final score, the Heidenheim Heidecup, 3 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Bonn Capitals, no runs, 5 hits and 1 error. The Heidecup take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series. Game 4 will be tomorrow. And I presume that will be Wilson Lee for the Bonn Capitals against Tyler Lockwood, who pitched a shutout in Game 2. This series has seen 3 shutouts. Game 1, Maurice Wilhelm pitched a shutout against Heidenheim. And then Game 2, Lockwood and Krum combining on a shutout of Bonn. And this time it's Pete Sakaris all by himself putting on a pitching show. Final score, Heidenheim 3, Bonn 0. My name is Tim Collins. I hope you have enjoyed today's broadcast. The highlights will be up later on tonight. I wish everybody a good evening. Thanks for watching.